Derby County have been credited with interest with Blackburn Rovers winger Tyrhys Dolan as Derby County look to improve their forward line heading into the 2025-26 season. Now obviously, as many of you may know, some of you also may not, Tyrhys Dolan was a huge part of the Blackburn Rovers side in which John Eustace managed to be challenging for the playoffs before he left to join Derby County back in February. Now obviously there's a lot of conversations that can be had in regards to the likes of Tyrhys Dolan and even some of the players Derby County have been linked with across the course of this summer transfer window. I know a lot of people are looking at the signings of Andy Weimann, the likes of Danny Bath, even the conversations in regard to Dion Sanderson, and looking at it and going, well, why is Eustace just going back to his former clubs? Now, in my opinion, I am fully on board with John Eustace looking at former players. I think it's better to have those players in the building who know exactly what you want. I said this as well with Paul Warne as well. I had no problem when he brought in Josh Vickers. I had no problem when he brought in Connor Washington, because ultimately what that was doing was setting the basis and setting the foundations for the other players that were coming in and the players that were already in the building to know what Paul Warne actually wanted. And now obviously we're seeing a similar sort of case with John Eustace, and I'm not saying that Andy Weimann, Danny Bath or even Tyrese Dolan or Dion Sanderson is going to be what we consider our main 11 or even some key players for Derby County next season, but there's certainly a conversation to be had. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets. Now, obviously, in regards to that of Tyrese Dolan, a very, very good player in my opinion. And I think it was 6 goals and 7 assists this season. Sorry, the other way around. 7 goals and 6 assists in the Championship. Obviously, still only 23 years old, born in 2001. A very, very good player with a lot of Championship experience for his age. Now, the thing is, his contract is expiring, right? And there's a lot of clubs that are interested in the signature for Tyrese Dolan. I was led to believe that Middlesbrough were sort of leading the way on this one a few weeks ago, but then obviously they decided to get rid of Michael Carrick. They've now appointed Rob Edwards, so I'm unsure sort of where they now stand on this. There's a lot of conversations in regards to Norwich City and this potential deal for Tyrese Dolan, and obviously now Derby County have been credited once again with interest for the Blackburn Rovers forward. Now, for me, Derby County obviously need additions in that forward area. Like, that's not a doubt at all. I think if you look at Derby County's forward line, I think as it stands today, as I'm recording this video, you've got Andreas Weimann, you will have Andreas Weimann, you will have Caden Jackson, you will have Corey Beckett-Taylor, there'll be Lars-Jørgen Selverson, there'll be Colton Morris and Dejon Brown. Obviously, Morris, Weimann, Bath, so long as there's nothing untoward goes on over the course of the next couple of days. But it's one of those for me where we really need to sort of have these conversations sort of in regards to Dolan, because if we are able to get Dolan, Derby County are cooking something really good here, because I think Colton Morris is going to be a brilliant player for us. I think if you look at even the signings of Danny Bath and Andreas Weimann, I think they're going to be really, really good moves for us and put us in a really, really good position. Now, the only negative I sort of see of this is I don't think he's going to be cheap in regards of wages, agents' fees and stuff like that, especially when you consider some of the clubs interested. But I think the big thing that we've obviously got to anticipate with this one is the fact that obviously Tyrhys Dolan and John Eustace have that relationship from their time at Blackburn Rovers. We know that Dolan really enjoyed working under Eustace, so that could be something which takes him to Derby County. Now, obviously the aim for Eustace is to get Derby County to the Premier League. Whether that be as quickly, I'm not sure whether that's as quickly as possible or if that's over the course of a long period of time, but it's certainly something which is what Tyrese Dolan wants. He wants to play in the Premier League. John Eustace wants to play in the Premier League, well, manage in the Premier League. So sort of the aim for next season, as I've said in many videos before, is you want to, obviously, realistically, no one's going to go in thinking Derby County can win the league, but you've got to go in thinking that you can beat everybody. And I think with the signing of Tyrese Dolan, the introduction of Carlton Morris, I think Derby County can certainly start going into games against those bigger teams and thinking, you know what, we've got some real quality here and we can really make a difference against these sides and put some real pressure on them and maybe even pick up some top victories. You look at how we performed last season against Burnley, both home and away, by the way. We should have won both of those games. Now, the problem that we had in both of those games last season was we couldn't finish our dinner. We didn't create the right type of chances. And I think you introduce Tyrese Dolan, you introduce Carlton Morris, there's probably going to be other couple of forwards coming in, probably another striker. And I think you look at that team and you look at what we're going to have in the forward line, what we're going to have in the back line, and I think you're going to look at us and we're going to look like a real good outfit. Now, obviously, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We obviously are only in June, and obviously the day you're watching this video, the 24th, I believe it's the fans forum this evening, and I will be making a video on that for Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon type. And obviously it's really important that whatever Derby County do in this transfer window, we don't overstate ourselves, let's say, because I personally think last year, if we'd have had John Eustace with that exact same squad from day one to the final day of the season, I don't think we'd have questioned Marcus Harness. I don't think we'd have questioned Jerry Yates. I don't think a lot of these players would have been sort of doubted as much as they were, in my opinion, because I think would have been a mid-table outfit. And what I'm saying this season is I'm not going to say that we're going to be pushing for playoffs. We're going to be pushing for promotion, because ultimately, at the moment, with the squad as it's looking at the moment, with the signing of Craig Forsyth extending, you obviously got the news on Morris, Vyman and Danny Bath. I think that realistically, I think we're going to be in a very good position, but we still need to do more work. The midfield is sort of the area I'm really worried about at the moment, because we obviously don't have sort of a lot of numbers in there. But then obviously if you bring in Tyrese Dolan, he can play as the 10. Andreas Vyman can play as the 10. Obviously Kenzo can play as the 10, but then you still need a couple of sitting midfielders to come in. There's obviously Liam Thompson, who can have an extension, a contract extension as well, which would be really good for the club. Now, obviously, it is going to be, I can't wait until the day the transfer window closes. Now, the only negative part about that is I'm flying most of that day, I believe, or the day after. So I'm not going to be in Derby to be able to cover it and discuss it in full. But I may make a video in the hotel before we go to the airport. So I can't wait to see what this squad looks like come the end of the transfer window, which I believe is September the 2nd. Let me go and check. Transfer window closing. The transfer window, summer transfer window dates. It will close on, we're getting there, Monday the 1st of September at 7 p.m. Now, I go on holiday. I don't actually know. Do I fly on the 2nd? I either fly on the 2nd or the 3rd. If I fly on the 3rd, we're in business here. I can do a video about the end of it. If not, then there will be something coming out in regards to the transfer window. Maybe just not with any deadline day moves. I'm sort of hoping that Derby County get their business done early, so I don't really have to worry about deadline day moves and things like that. But obviously, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. There'll still be videos. Don't worry about that. But it's one of those for me where I think Derby County are going to be in a really good place. And I think, obviously, if Dolan comes in, that is an excellent signing. So you can obviously let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Obviously, if you have not done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Follow me on all of the platforms. Obviously, Twitter, Lewis_Everett11, TikTok, Lewis Everett11. I've got a couple of other channels over there as well, all tagged in the bio on TikTok, and obviously my other YouTube channels are down in the description. So if you have not done so already, check those out, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll catch you in my next video. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets.